and today I wanted to do a video review for the DP-UB820 Panasonic Ultra HD Blu-ray Player. So in this video I'm going to walk you through some of the features of the Blu-ray Player. I'll walk you through the unit itself. We're going to take a look at the remote control, and then I'm actually going to walk you through the interface of the Blu-ray Player, and we'll play a movie here as well, just as a quick demo. So let's start with the unit itself. It's fairly minimal in terms of size. I'm actually using this large IKEA cabinet here, and you can see I was able to fit it into this small space, but it is fairly long in terms of like left to right in terms of size. I've actually got a retro kind of gaming setup here, so just to compare, here are some older video game consoles, so this is actually quite a bit long in terms of comparison there. You have on the top an open close button, and then you've also got your power button here at the top. Pretty straightforward. You have a nice LED readout that gives you some idea of what's going on with the player while it's on. Now if I actually take this out here, I'm going to just kind of flip it to the side. We have several inputs here in the back. I can actually twist this quite a bit. You have two HDMIs, one specifically for audio out, and then you have another for video out and audio out. That's currently what I'm using. I have this connected to a Sony receiver that I have all the way up here at the top of my cabinet. And then you also have several RCA outs for surround sound speakers, things like that. I'm not utilizing these because all the sound is actually being carried through my receiver, which then has speaker wire going to all of my speakers all throughout my space. You do have the option, if you want to connect a hard drive to this, you have your USB port, you have a Ethernet plug there. If you wanted to connect this wired, you have that option. And then additionally, there's a small fan in your power cable. Pretty straightforward, not too much really to get this going. You do also have an optical here in the back if you want to output sound that way as well. Now in terms of the player itself, when I initially got this, I was having some trouble with the HDMI port, and I think basically I just ended up getting a bad unit. I found out that I had to kind of keep the cable in at an angle, but I ended up getting a replacement, and this one has been working 100% perfectly, no issues. I do recommend getting a really nice cable for this. It requires at least an 18 Gbps based cable. Most standard HDMI cables, even going back several years, will probably support that. I have this newer cable here that I'm going to be installing with this that supports up to 48 and is Ultra HDMI certified, and that way I guarantee I'm going to get the best picture quality. Everything's going to just be smooth in terms of watching movies and things like that. Now, going through the remote control, this is actually the remote that it comes with. Fairly standard. You have a few TV functions here at the top. You have numbers, you can do audio, status, playback info, internet. You've got your search buttons, play, pause, stop. It does come with a Netflix button here in the base. So pretty straightforward, you know, comparably to, I have another remote here for my LG OLED TV. This one has several buttons for like Netflix, Disney, Prime. This particular remote only has Netflix built in, and that's what you have with this DVD player. You have a few different built-in buttons here for various options: home, top menu, HDR settings, and then your pop-up menu. Now, going through the user interface, upon booting, you do have to do some initial setup. It was fairly easy. You just put in your Wi-Fi, let it know, you know, do you have this hooked up to a specific type of surround system, things like that. Now, going through this, you can browse videos, you can do music, photos, you've got your home network settings, network service, and then just general setup. So if I jump in here, this more or less is just like player settings, wallpaper. So if we go into like the player settings, here for example, you can jump in and look at like resolution settings. I can look at video settings, audio. So you've got all kinds of different options here, like for high clarity, things like that. 3D, language settings, your network settings, ratings, and then just general system settings as well, things like brightness and quick starting. I'm currently using quick start off just to save power, and I have found that when continuing DVDs, even with everything powered off, I'm able to continue from where the DVD left off. So that's been really nice. I'm gonna go back to the home menu, and I'll actually play a movie, and we could do a little demo here. I actually have Batman Begins in here. I just started rewatching the trilogy, so wanted to rewatch all those Batman movies here. I do also recommend, if you're going to be utilizing this, obviously it's going to be even better if you have a TV that can support HDR. This is an LG OLED that came out, I believe, in 2021. And this looks absolutely amazing on this TV. It's a little bit smaller of the OLED models. This is a 48, but I'm in kind of a smaller space. This was a converted garage bay that I turned into kind of a man cave. So I've got my movie theater seats here. I have my Sony surround sound speakers here that are pretty large bookshelf speakers. I have my center speaker. I've got 2 towers, each with Dolby Atmos upfiring speakers, a 10-inch subwoofer, all connected to the Sony receiver. And additionally, I have a transmitter that's coming out of the second subwoofer out here that goes to a little box over here that powers all of these chairs, and I get bass input coming through the chairs through a transducer that's installed in the chair. So when there's bass and action, the seats actually shake and vibrate. So it's pretty awesome in this space just due to the size. We're going to go ahead and hit return to last played and continue from where I was watching this, which was about the end of this movie, I believe.
Go down. Go down.
So the sound on this is amazing. When you're playing this also, you can do some info stuff. So if I hit status, I can get an idea of right now what it's playing. It shows me Ultra HD Blu-ray, HDR for high dynamic range. And then if I hit playback info, I can also get some stats here to show that we are indeed getting 4K resolution, and it's basically running at the maximum quality that we're going to output with this, as opposed to like a standard Blu-ray disc that would run at like 1080p. So anyway, I'm very impressed with the Blu-ray player. It seems to boot pretty quick, easy enough to play movies, utilize the remotes. I know some people were complaining about the remote, but honestly, I don't really have any issues with it. You do also have Netflix, so if you have a TV that supports Dolby Vision, you can boot up Netflix and watch those Dolby Vision based TV episodes or movies on Netflix, and you're going to get the full effect from the sound. I have also not had any issues outputting Dolby Atmos to my receiver. It will indeed show up right in the receiver. It'll say Dolby Atmos when it's playing these films, most of which have Dolby Atmos support. If you look at the back of any Ultra HD disc, you'll be able to see at the bottom, usually it'll mention, like this one here is actually just Dolby Audio. So I don't know if that actually has the support. Let's see if I can find another one. I haven't actually looked at all of these. That one, hard to say. Let's see, this is an action movie, so typically some of these it'll say like in the back if it actually supports that. So here it is here. This one has Dolby Atmos. My camera will focus, but basically right here it says Dolby Atmos, and that means that you're going to get there we go. I think if I can get it to focus, for some reason my camera does this sometimes, but basically that's going to give you the full effect in terms of the sound, and obviously being an Ultra HD disc, you're going to be able to get the full effect for the picture quality. Now the great thing about this too is you can also play Blu-ray discs. So I happen to have a copy of Terminator Salvation, for example, that I bought a long time ago on Blu-ray disc. I can still play these in this player, as well as the newer Ultra HD discs. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video review, found this helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.